welcome to another video. Today is Monday, which for me is like considered a weekend day because we don't work on Mondays. So this is kind of the start of my week and I'm trying to figure out what I want to focus on this week. So I think I've decided there are a few things that I need to do that I've been not wanting to do at all. So I think I'm gonna do some of them today. So I think this week I'm gonna focus on getting everything ready for the author fair, like for my table at the author fair, because I have a bunch of like little like papers and posters and you know, advertising things that I need to get printed somewhere, and I've never done that. So I don't exactly know what I'm doing. I don't know where the best place to go is. I think I'm gonna just go to Office Depot. I don't know if that's the best price, and there are so many different options for like what paper size you want and what like, or not size, like I mean like the thickness of the paper and the type of paper, if it's glossy or matte or whatever, and I'm just a little overwhelmed with all the decisions, and also like I've never ordered anything to get printed from there, so I don't know if I don't know how it works. So I feel like I'm gonna have to go in there with like my stuff on a flash drive, I guess, and ask them how I do it, and I don't know. So I'm not looking forward to that, but it needs to get done, and I really want to get those things printed so that I can start figuring out what I want my table setup to look like. So I think that's the first thing on my to-do list for today, is to go to Office Depot and see how to get these things printed. I also have to decide how many I want of some of these things, because some of them are like, so I have a few posters or like things that I'm gonna have up on like a stand at the author fair on my table. So one is just a poster with like the books that I have available and a little bit about what they're about and what payment methods I accept. So that'll be like kind of a larger poster. And then I have one off to the side that will be for my Meet You at the Peak book, which is a free story. So I wanted to kind of, I don't have physical copies of that, but I wanted to have a little like sign up that says, hey, if you sign up for my newsletter, you'll get access to this free story. And there's a QR code there that they can scan and get that free story. So those kinds of things are just like a one thing sort of deal. But then I also made some graphics for to make these little squares that are just like a QR code of the ebook version of all of the books that I have for sale. So if somebody comes up and they're like sort of interested in my book, but they don't really know for sure, and they don't really want like a physical copy, I could give them one of those instead and say, well, if you change your mind later, here you can scan this and it'll take you to get the ebook. So it's not like I'm not selling them anything, and it's not like a free code. It's just literally just like an easy way to give them a link directly to the book on Amazon so that they don't forget about it and maybe they'll buy it. So I don't know how many of those squares I should have available to people. But anyway, I think what I'm going to do right now is hop on the computer, figure out all my graphics, what size I want them printed in, and put all of those in a folder on a flash drive, or maybe even if I have any flash drives that don't have, I don't think I have any empty flash drives, but if I do have any empty flash drives, maybe I'll put them on an empty one, or at least in their own folder, so that when I go to Office Depot, and I get things printed, everything's just right there, and I'll have the sizes written down and everything. So hello, Melody. How are you? So that is the plan for right now. I think I'm gonna go to Office Depot first. I saw online that it said if you put in your order before 2 p.m., then you can get same-day printing. Now, I don't know if it costs a lot more to get same-day printing or something. If so, then I don't need it today. But if it's the same price, then, I mean, I might get it today, which would be nice, I guess. So I think that's going to be the first stop on my to-do list today. And then I also have to go borrow a table from my mom because they have like a folding table that's 6 feet, which my dad measured for me by laying on it, and he's about 6 feet tall, and it was about the size of him, so it's 6 feet. So I have to go, I'm gonna go borrow that from them so that I can use it as like a template model for my whatever, for the table at the author fair. You know what I'm saying. I don't know why I'm like having a hard time saying that. So, gonna go to Office Depot and get that. I'm gonna go to my parents' house to get the table. I want to have a tablecloth, and I can't decide what the best way to get that would be. If I should like order an actual tablecloth like on Amazon, or if I should just get like, go to like Party City and get a like, you know, disposable one. I mean, obviously cloth would look nicer, but I don't know. It depends on how much it costs, I guess. And then I also want to have like a little bowl with some candy in it. And so, I don't know, maybe I'll run by Winco and look at the candy that they have. I'm thinking maybe I'll get some kind of like candy that will be like the same colors as my table, sort of, to look cute. Maybe like sixlets or something that come in different colors. I could get pink ones and white ones or something. So that is on the docket for today / this week. That's what my focus is gonna be. So let's do it. So I'm kind of annoyed with myself right now. I mean, I'm not that annoyed with myself because I know this was the right decision at the time, but I'm regretting it now. I had this fabric that I had gotten at like a yard sale for super cheap, and or maybe even free. I think it was either black or white fabric, just plain fabric, and then I also had like a pile of lace fabric, and I, for years, like never really used it. I think I got it at a yard sale back when I was doing like Bookstagram pictures, and I thought it would be nice for like texture in the background of some pictures. So I just picked it up for like whatever random stuff I might use it for, and I never ever used it. So eventually, finally, like not very long ago, I, was cleaning out some stuff in my garage, taking some stuff to Goodwill, and I put that fabric in there, and I am so bummed now because I would really like to have used that for the tablecloth for my table at the author fair. I think it would have looked really pretty, like some just white fabric with lace over the top. And I know that whatever I do decide to use is probably not going to be as nice as that would have been, because I'm not going to go out and buy lace right now, because that would probably be expensive. So I'm probably going to end up having to get some cheap, maybe disposable tablecloth, and that would have been way better than that. So, but remembering that I did this reminded me, or made me think of the fact that I should go to Goodwill to look for tablecloths, or maybe just some fabric that I could use as a tablecloth, or some other thrift stores that might have something like that for pretty cheap. So that's another thing on my list. But right now it is 12:18 and I am at Office Depot, so I'm gonna go and see if I can get some of this stuff printed. So I actually ended up getting all of my stuff at Office Depot Office Depot printed just now. I thought I was gonna have to order it all and then it would maybe take like a while for them to print it and I'd have to come back, but it all ended up just being ready right away. So I got it all printed. Another pro to that is that I didn't realize that they had like a paper cutter there for people to use. So my little QR squares, I printed them with like 6 squares on each page, and I was going to cut them out, but I thought I was going to have to buy myself one of those cutters, and I just used theirs. So I am a little bit bummed because the colors on everything ended up being, well, as soon as he gave me the papers, I felt like all the colors were a lot more like vibrant and bright than I expected them to be, which is fine. So I was like, oh, okay, they just turned out a little different than I expected. That's fine. But then when he got to like the main poster at the end, which he had to print on a different printer because I wanted it larger, that one turned out, the colors turned out more like what I was expecting, which was a lot more of a muted kind of like really light pink and sort of brownish like mauve color. So if I'm being honest, I'm like extremely bummed that the colors are so different. Not that they're different than what I expected, but that they're different from each other. That's the thing that bothers me. If they were all brighter than I thought they were going to be, then that would be fine. But it's like everything's brighter except the main poster, which is not as bright and vibrant. So it bugs me that they're not the same color, because I made them all branded together so nicely on purpose, and then I guess because of the printer or something, it just didn't turn out that way. So that is disappointing, especially because I had to pay like almost $30 for all this stuff to be printed. So it's a little, and especially like the poster itself was like $22. So it's a little bit of a bummer that it's so not what I really was expecting. I've been trying to work on just like not being such a perfectionist and letting things go and not needing everything to be perfect. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let it go and I'm not gonna worry about it being perfect. But I will admit right now that it's very disappointing to work so hard on having everything be branded nicely together, and then once I give it to someone else, it's like everything that's within my control, I did it right, and then I gave it to someone else and now it's wrong. So it's just disappointing. I wish that they had printed the same and looked the same. I keep trying to say to myself like it's fine and it looks fine, but every time I picture it, I'm just like, it kind of like doesn't look fine. It looks not very great to me, and it's really, really disappointing. So I don't even know if there is anything I could do about it. Like, even if I wanted to try to do something about it right now, I don't think there's anything to be done. So I don't really know. I don't know. It's disappointing, and I'm a little sad. So I'm gonna go get the table from my parents' house and then maybe try to find some fabric for a tablecloth, but I don't know if I'll have time for that today because it's already almost 2 o'clock. I don't know. We'll see. I'm rambling a lot because I'm just trying not to think about how disappointed I am about how this poster looks, especially when it costs like so much more than I expected it to cost. So it's very disappointing. I don't know. I will have to try to figure out what to do about that. So today did not go according to plan. But I've got a cute kitty. Hi. Show everyone your cute self. So, today didn't go according to plan. I was planning to do, well, I told you guys what I was planning to do. I was going to go to the Office Depot to get my stuff printed, and then I was going to go get the table. Then I was going to go get some candy and some, maybe look around for like a tablecloth. And I got my table and I got my stuff printed. However, I am not happy with the stuff that was printed. So what I've determined is that I haven't shown it to you guys yet, but I told you that I like... You're so silly. The poster and the rest of the printed stuff all looks very different in coloring. But the problem is that I actually like the poster's coloring better than the other things, because the poster to me looks closer to what I thought it was going to look like. It's a little bit more muted, and I'll show you these things eventually if I have the energy to get it all out again and show you. So what I've decided to do is I'm not going to try to return the poster or get a refund or anything. I'm going to keep it, but I'm going to go to somewhere else, maybe FedEx or something, and I'm actually going to see about getting all the other things reprinted and see if maybe they can help make them look closer to what the poster looks like. I did have, I asked my husband to print one of them out just with our home printer, which it doesn't look very good because our home printer is not very good, but the colors do look a little closer to what the poster colors look like. So anyway, basically there are some things that are like a brighter, more vibrant pink, and then there are some things that are a lighter toned, less vibrant coloring, and I like the lighter toned, less vibrant stuff better. So if I can get everything to match, then I'll be happy. But unfortunately that means that I crossed off printing stuff and getting the table from my to-do list, but printing stuff is technically not really done because I have to go reprint a bunch of stuff. So it kind of feels like all of today, which was very just a lot. I did a lot. I was gone most of the day dealing with this stuff, and yet I feel like I kind of accomplished almost nothing. So it's been a very long day, and I am ready to just relax and, I guess, pet this cute kitty. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do anything else today. I was kind of thinking about going to Goodwill and looking at fabric and stuff, but I mean, it's like 5:30 and I'm just tired, and I also have to get all of our cleaning supplies ready for this week of work that starts tomorrow. Also, my house is kind of a mess, so maybe, I don't know, I might just put on some headphones and clean. Oh, another thing I might do, which is actually one of the things I need to do to prepare for the author fair, but it's super easy, is that I need to sign all of my paperbacks because that's actually something I don't have on my official to-do list, so I might forget to do it, which would be fine because I'm gonna have a pen at the author fair with me just in case, but I'd like to have them pre-signed just so I can make sure that they look really good and I'm not in a rush or anything. So maybe I will kind of just put on some scrubs in the background and sign some paperbacks and then get the work stuff ready. And then after that, either I will chill and play some Left 4 Dead, or maybe I'll read some more of the Agatha Christie book I just started, which is, I think it's called The Mysterious Affair at Styles. It's her very first book ever, and the first Poirot book, and I haven't read any. I've only read one of her books before, called Sleeping Murder, so I'd like to read, eventually, someday I'd like to read, all of her books, because she's great. But yeah, so maybe I'll do that. I don't know. But the point is, I'm done with today. Today has been stressful and hard and long, and I'm ready to just chill. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm signing books, and Melody is helping. Aren't you? Aren't you, little baby? Yeah. You're too cute. Just don't chew on them, okay? Oh, you guys. You guys. You gonna try to get in, Melody? You could try it. She might not be happy with you being in there, but you could give it a try. Will you let your sister play too?
Ruining their lives.
No. Hey. Okay, Gallifrey. Be nice. Hey. Be nice. Be nice. Okay. Sorry. Gosh. How dare I think that you could be friends? Alright guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it for this vlog since I am sick. I don't think I'm gonna be doing much this weekend. It's Friday evening and I feel a lot better right now than I did last night, I guess, and than I did this morning, but I'm definitely still sick and I'm probably not gonna really be doing a lot of author fair prep or vlogging or anything this weekend, so I'm just gonna say goodnight, and I hope you all have a lovely day or evening or whenever you're watching this. Just to be good, be well. Goodbye.